What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and today we are ain't the greatest, honestly, not gonna lie. September 10 to 15. Yeah, this week pretty ass. I don't even know how I made it out alive. I'm actually not even joking. I don't know how this even happened. All right, let's break down some stats for this week. I am up $12, nothing crazy. I call it a break-even week. Trade win percentage is 50%. Average mental loss is 1.02. There's nothing here to say. Scroll down. And yeah, this is a week. Pretty terrible, to be honest. And I don't know. I feel like, of course, I got my payout, and then maybe I'm just having too much thoughts on my head, like, oh, it's just gonna play out, or I'm just thinking of random things in my head that I shouldn't be doing, and that's probably why I'm losing, or I'm just like overthinking too much. That's why I think I took these like losses in like the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I did increase my size because I increased my size is because I was gonna blow the account. If I lost this trade, I would have blown my account, and I didn't. So now I'm just back to break even. So I got lucky, and it saved my account. And it was an A plus trade. Monday was just like no trades for me. I just like kind of forced something. Tuesday there was an A plus trade, but I just ended up taking like stupid trades. Like I felt like I wanted to take a trade, but then I just had thoughts on my head and I didn't take it. So then I ended up taking the trade later on. Like I kind of FOMO'd, and then Wednesday I took a good trade. Thursday I kind of FOMO'd into like some early trade, and later I forward tested a good trade and it won. So I think I just had too much thoughts in my head. I'm okay with being break even. Yeah, I just gotta get over this like emotional, like, you know, psychological thoughts in my head. I do have some recordings. I honestly don't have all the recordings. I think I just have Monday and Wednesday, because I didn't record today. I didn't record on Tuesday. And today, I don't know, I think when I don't record, it's kind of like I get into the trade real quick because I'm not really having a narrative in my trade. I just clicked the trade without recording, and then I was like, fuck it, who cares about the recording? So it was like, yeah, I just know it was like a stupid trade. So let me just start from Monday. Here's the Monday trade. This is May 11th, and I did take a trade right here. So this trade right here, I shorted, and the pattern that I've been having this week is that I've been trading in premium. So that means the move has already happened, and I'm just trying to trade with the trend. But since I already missed my trade right here, I want to take this short right here. I missed it, and then later I waited too long, and now I'm still trying to short. And I just felt like it was a decent trade, but of course I was very late in the trade, and I was just trying to, you know, still trying to trade and just try to force something, and it was just kind of stupid. And if you guys see right here, this right here is like a 1 minute BISI, but we just tapped into it and we're still respecting it. So I just like I'm trading inside of it, which it doesn't make sense. We're just like chopping around, and yeah, it was just like stupid of me of taking this trade. And honestly, this should have been like the long that I taken, because we just disrespected this whole thing. But of course, I took the short. That was bad, and I lost on the trade. And this day wasn't the best, but I still took a trade. There's still days that kind of make sense, and there can be a good setup, but it's like it's not always gonna be like the highest probability of getting a win, because they're not like the best conditions, and you never know if the conditions are gonna be good. But just by looking at the volume and looking by the signatures, it's just like not the best. And there's not really any draws to target, because I think we already taken out the all-time highs right here. So after we took out the all-time highs, we just rejected off. So it was like, what are we actually targeting if we're just like rejecting off like this? So I don't know. Here's the breakdown. We can see the all-time highs is the blue color right here, the blue line, and we just have an S&T right there, and we're just like pretty much bullish. I go to one more time frames, and we just rip all the way to the all-time highs. Now we have bearish SMT, and now we deliver lower, and I'm thinking that ES right here wants to go to all-time highs as well. So we get this bearish SMT right here, which is I think right about here. I think like right here. Wait, like it looks like that. And then we deliver lower. We're not really going down, and then we start pumping up to the upside. I was thinking of taking this long, but I felt like it was just not enough confirmation for me. But it did end working. But I guess it did work. But I still didn't like it too much. We start going down, and we did soup this lower here. And yeah, honestly this trade is not even that great, to be honest, because we just like soup this low. It's not really like a crazy SMT, and then we just like reject off of it. But it was not that good. And my trades right here, we are just like super bearish. We're just like trending all the way down, and it was like so much in premium that I took the trade and just lost. Breaking down the Tuesday trade, I don't have the live trade on this, but I'm gonna break down the charts. So we have all-time highs right here, the blue line, and we do have a pretty good bullish SMT down here. We have this bullish SMT here. We have some draws down here, but nothing crazy. So when I go to the 1 minute time frame, we do go higher, but then we start failing, and then we get this bullish SMT right here. So right now we didn't take out all-time highs, but we did take out like a draw. ES already swept out the all-time highs right here, and Nasdaq still hasn't. So it's still considered like a bearish SMT, and we're just like trending lower. What I see is that we hit the stop rate on Nasdaq, we start going down, and then we hit this low on ES right here. So we have a bullish SMT like this. What happens, we go down lower, we invite buyers, and then we just full disrespect. And that was the trade I was supposed to take, but then I hesitated because I was like, oh, we should not short on all-time highs. It's this day I shorted, and the other day, a lot of days I should have been shorting, and we're at all-time highs. Like sometimes there's signatures to short, and I usually like shorting anyways, but sometimes it doesn't make sense to short, and I just still short, and that's why I lose. You know, sometimes I still short and I win. So it's like I just have to follow what I want to do and whatever makes sense to me, and it's not like let people get into my head of like, oh, you shouldn't short all-time highs, and then I'm just like second guessing myself when it was actually a good trade, and I just like doubted myself, and I took too long, and then later it started going down so much that I didn't want to FOMO. And then guess what happens later? We just go all the way down. Now we're in premium, and then we take out this draw, and then later we get this like wick candle. I'm thinking that we look super bearish, and I just shorted, and it doesn't make sense because we're so much in premium already, and I did not even wait for my signatures. Like usually I wait for like a soup of this low, and then my reversal sequence, and then I wait for a disrespect and then short. But I did the opposite. I just took the short, and I targeted all the way down here, and actually I would have gotten my 30 points if I just TP'd down here, but I was like greedy and so confident in my draw that we wanted like this external draw down here, and we didn't get it because I did not wait for the sequence that I normally wait for, and that we're so bearish that we need probably a pullback since we're in premium, and I did not wait for that, and that's why I lost. Yeah, I can say I can stick to my rules and just target this low and then get 30 points, but in the first place, this trade was not even good in the first place, so I would have lost anyways in the long run because this trade was not even good. I know that I've been targeting more points than 30 points, but I have to realize that some trades don't make sense. That's why I should target 30 points, and if it's only if I'm very confident in the draw. And I thought I was very confident in the draw, but I was just not, into with my levels. I was not focused on the narrative. I just like saw a candle and then thought it was like going to be bearish. Breaking down Wednesday's trade, this trade was a bit different. So I entered the trade and it was a good trade. You can see I was targeting 30 points, but then I started to like trail my TP. And normally I don't do this too much. I usually just stick to one thing, and then later, I hit TP, but then I was kind of playing around with my TP. I could say that I am like greedy. It makes sense for me on this trade. So this trade was pretty fast. It was honestly in like for 1 minute. I don't really have the 15-minute time frame because I think I removed it, but this is how the 15-minute looks like. And we already swept the all-time highs, and we do have a bearish SMT right here. This is the bearish SMT, and it is delivering. So I'm already thinking that we're weak. Even if we're at all-time highs, if we're weak, we're weak. So I'm gonna short. But if I just think in my head, oh yeah, we're at all-time highs and I shouldn't short, then I'm gonna lose. This is how it looks like in the morning. We're just like super bearish. We do have a bearish SMT already here that's already delivering. And we do have bullish SMT on the lows, but it's not delivering. So I'm just thinking we're bearish. We go down here and then we sweep out this draw on ES right here. So now we swept out a internal. We have bullish SMT. So we have bullish SMT. We don't have the reversal sequence that I have right here. So we have like this lower here. I wait to invite buyers and then resoup it and then go up higher on ES. But what I see is that we have bullish SMT and we started delivering higher with Nasdaq. We're just delivering with speed. I'm like, okay, I think we might actually be bullish because maybe we just want to go down lower, sweep out some lows, and then go to all-time highs. That was kind of my initial thought going into this day, but everything was just telling me that we're bearish. I was thinking that we're bearish because look at ES. ES still has CBs right here, gaps, and we're not even recovering the move. We're just like all the way down here, and we're barely going up higher on ES. And Nasdaq, we are pumping up higher. But Nasdaq, we haven't really slipped out any like major draws here. We're just kind of sweeping out this draw here. We have the draws down here, so we're kind of reversing off of nothing on Nasdaq. We run up, we respect the CB right here. We do have like a tiny internal bearish SMT right here because ES hasn't taken that out. And what I saw was that we had this bearish SMT, we disrespected this, and I was thinking that if we went up higher, this kind of went up higher, I was in a long. But I was not totally convinced because ES was not running up higher. I saw ES go up higher for a second. We went up higher and then we flipped back bearish. So I was like, damn, that kind of looks like a very bearish to me. And then next kind of rebalances right here. I'm like, okay, next candle should go up higher. If it doesn't go up higher, we shouldn't have to rebalance so many fucking times to go up higher. So I'm like, okay, we were flipping bearish, and then I started shorting. And I want to get in a bit earlier, but again, I was hesitating because I was like saying, should I even be shorting at all-time highs? Like, that's why I'm just in my head too much this week. But I still got in the trade even though it was a bit late, and it still was a good trade. My stop loss was decent, but I should have gotten a better risk to reward, but it is what it is. And then I targeted all the way down here. So I was either going to target down here, or I was going to target when ES resupped this low, because we could get reversal sequence and then go up higher. So yeah, either around here, this soup level, or this draw, or this reversal sequence right here, or the soup of this level. So that's why I was kind of playing around with my TP, and we're also moving with speed. If I'm getting this much points fast, and I know that we want to lower because these draws are not really, it doesn't really mean anything because there was no draw down there. So that's why I'm thinking that I'm like confident in my draw. So this is the type of trade where I'm confident in my draw and it's moving with speed, that I'm just like playing around with my draw. But most of the times I do want to target 30 points. But sometimes it makes sense for me to target more if it makes sense, and we're like going to like a certain direction like really quickly. Then it makes sense for me to like hold my runners longer so that I can have bigger winning days. Like these 2 days I lost, and then this whole day right here made back majority of my losses. And although my size did increase, but I'm just saying the more points I get obviously is better, and that if I capitalize on my risk reward on the winning trades, then I can do better in the long run. Yeah, let's break down this $21 because it was a bad trade. So I do have my trading view here. It is Thursday today. I did take a trade, and so this was the first trade I took. So dumb right here. If I held it, I would have lost. The reason why I didn't lose is because I sold out really quickly. We started going up higher. We're at all-time highs, this blue line right here. But first, let me break down the bigger time frames. Let me go to the 15-minute time frame. We do have this bullish SMT down here. So I'm already thinking that we're bullish, right? We have bullish SMT down here. We're at all-time highs. But we do have this bearish SMT because ES took it out already. Nasdaq has all these highs right here. But I'm still thinking that we're bullish because 1 minute time frame, we open and we just start ripping to the upside. And we also have this like tiny bullish SMT down here that ES went down and took, and now we're just displacing with speed all the way to the upside. And of course I can't FOMO into this in these trades. We do have this bearish SMT here, the stop rate, and we are still delivering higher. You see how we just kept going higher? I'm already thinking in my head, yeah, I can't take trades like this because I want to see more. I want to see some sort of pullback because we're just in premium. But then we go up here, and then we start chopping around all-time highs. And I'm thinking that the all-time highs is right there. And I'm putting in my head that we're at all-time highs. I'm like, usually when we're at all-time highs and the draw's right there, we want to rip through it. And then I'm going to get so many points or whatever. And I took the long because we're just like ripping. We rebalanced this candle. I'm thinking that this could be FOMO shorts and the recent long. And that's what I did. I entered in late. And then my stop loss was like 40 points. And then my TP was like all the way up here. Like, it's like so dumb. And then I was in the trade. And I'm like, damn, this is so FOMO. I feel like I just like FOMO the trade because I want to catch this all-time high move. And we're so deep in premium right here. Look at this. It's not even a retracement. We're just like going all the way up. And I was in the trade, and I'm like, damn, this is so FOMO. My stop loss is so dumb. I feel like I'm gonna lose this trade. And I just got out really quickly because it's like, it was so stupid. So then I got out. Thankfully, I was able to get like a little profit before I was break even. That's why I sold out. Usually, if I'm like red and like not even break even, I just like hold the trade because I'm like, maybe it's gonna go up a little bit, and then later I can get out the trade. Or sometimes it's red and later it goes green, and then I'm thinking the trade can still play out. But since it was just a green in the beginning, I just sold out because I was like, okay, I don't like this trade anymore. I'm gonna get out. And since I trade only one time a day, I have auto lockout. I can't take any more trades. I'm like, okay, whatever. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm break even. I just had to get my emotions in check and just like not overthink too much. And it could be the payout. It could be just like other factors that's like messing up my head. But I honestly just had to trade and not take stupid trades because I know what I need to take, but it's getting into my head that I'm taking these like stupid things. Later, I did 4 test this trade. It was like TP. Like, it was like this trade was just so easy because it's like we have all-time highs. We have a reversal sequence right here. We have this high right here. It soups it, and we start going lower. And then Nasdaq looks so bearish. We have this SIBI right here. We go up higher, and we're failing it. And look at ES right here. ES full dumps, and then it fully engulfs the SIBI right here. I'm like, okay. It looks like FOMO, but at the same time, it looks like we want to go higher because ES looks really good. But Nasdaq is like not even doing anything, right? Nasdaq isn't doing anything, and we're still going lower. But I still think that we're still bullish. We still look like we're FOMOing in sellers, and then we're gonna go up higher. If we look at ES, We already rebalanced this candle. Next candle, it should be printing up higher if we're actually bullish. But it just goes up higher, and the Nasdaq goes up higher, and we're still flipping bearish. Why are we doing that if we're bullish, right? We should be going up higher with speed, but we're not doing that. So then we flip bearish, and then I shorted right here. I don't know where my entry was, but I think it was a bit lower. But it was something like this, stop loss like right there, I think. And then yeah, TP 30 points. So that was the trade for that. And I didn't record any of this, but that was the trade for that. So I should have taken this trade if I didn't take this trade, but it is what it is. That's the thing about trading, is like your emotions get in the way, and sometimes you just take something stupid, and then later the good trade comes because you actually been being patient now, and the trade comes. It is what it is. Break even, and yeah, I just gotta, you know, just fix those issues, and just honestly just trade. Just fucking trade, and not, you know, have all these random thoughts in my head, and not let other people like get into my head. Just trade what I like. I don't give a shit about other people, and just take what I like, because if you just take things that, you know, seem good to other people and you don't like it, you're just gonna lose. And that's what I did before, and I did take losses because I just kept trying other things that aren't like the best for me. I'm just going to take whatever trades that actually line up to what I like, and then just take it. And yeah, that's the week. Up $12, nothing crazy, break even. But what I like to say in every single video, how you do one thing, so I do everything. Keep staying disciplined, keep staying consistent, and let's just get 1% better every day. And I'll see you in the next one.